quick thing about our project, and I don't know how it got mixed up. It's actually over biomimicry and not biometrics, so I don't know where that switch came from. But basically what we're going to talk to you all a little bit about today is our project and how we're going to use biomimicry to teach our students how to apply nature in an everyday classroom and biology setting.
Being a collaboration teacher, I don't have the background as in content as Miss Flannery does. So what the greatest thing ever is bringing kids that's got disabilities and into the same classroom, and you're not going to miss a step then. So with this idea that she come up with, that it's really a good chance for everybody to learn, and also where it's hands-on. You know, you never know who invented the wheel or done things like that. So I think this right here is a great experiment that gives a good chance for anybody to, you know, maybe patent something down the road.
The project was originally designed just to target our collaborative class. Since then, we've actually expanded it for all of our juniors that have any life science course. But what we're going to actually be doing is we're going to be taking the next generation science standards that were just released, and we're going to be using them in the class to use our students not only a scientific approach, but also an engineering approach. And the idea behind the project is to introduce them to some things that have already been designed with biomimicry. And the biggest example that usually comes up is Velcro. Like, they see us use it all the time, they know how it works, but they don't actually understand the idea and the prototype behind where it came from. And it was actually something from nature. It was actually off of a burr, like off of a plant. And because the burr had the hooks on it, the guy came up with the idea that if you put a hook on fabric like that, that it would be able to adhere to something. Lately, they're starting to market things like gecko-based climbing pads that are like the little toad shoes that have bristles on the bottom to mimic hair. And the reason they're mimicking that is because of the gecko's feet. But the implementation and the idea behind this plan is for us to allow our students to invent their own prototype based on something that they observe in nature. So staircases that are shaped like the conch shells, looking at those new spider walking machines that they use to look for survivors during like accidents when it's too intense, like heat and fire and things, to actually send people in. But the kids are going to look at an everyday problem, and they're actually going to design their own case of biomimicry. And it applies to our biology standards because it's a direct connection to the engineering standards of NGSS. So not only will they be designing their product, we're actually going to incorporate the media unit at school, and they're going to use the 3D printers. We're going to incorporate an art element because we're going to use Model Magic. They're going to build the actual prototype, and they also have to design and market their idea. So they're going to have a target audience that they're going to reach out to and present that as an overall project to the school. So biology, evolution, media, art, it hits all of our program reviews, and the students get to come up with their own unique idea. Any questions? Actually, I think we've got a pretty good chance at it because I do an evolution unit already, and we incorporate biomimicry into it, but we've not had them design a product. I'm going to do it as a PBL unit, and with him in there, because it'll let us work with individual groups more, I'm going to take an entire week where they have 2 days to do the prototype. They have a day and a half to do the building, and then the marketing the last day and a half. So I've kind of worked it in. I don't know if it'll last a little more than a week the first time we do it, but with both of us in their team teaching, it'll help with more one-on-one the first time. Yeah. Mr. Akers actually, I've already hit him up. He has some students that are like becoming pros. You gotta reach out. But I've already hit him up. Absolutely. Mr. Shaper doesn't know it too, but he's probably gonna have to help me with Model Magic, so it's all right. Oh, thank you. Thank you.